What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to episode 453 of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. Let's go ahead and get right to it. So, I saw a video that Iyanla Vanzant had done. This was I don't know how long ago it was. It was probably pretty recent. I'm not 100% sure how recent it was, but it was a little while back. And what she did is she sat down with three black men to discuss why these guys don't date black women anymore. And the hilarity that ensued because of this, it was almost too predictable. So I'm not going to run my mouth forever. Let's go ahead and get to the video. I'm going to bring it up on the screen here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to do my window capture here. Okay, very good. Here we go. So I'm going to play the video, and I'm going to stop the video periodically to give my commentary. Here we go.
Michelangelo.
Okay, nice to meet you.
How are you? I've been out with black women or approached black women, and before they even knew me, they said, how many kids you got? How many baby mamas you got? Dating outside my race.
Michael's complaint, gentlemen, that's invalid. Okay? We want to know the same things about women. We want to know how many baby daddies you got, right? We want to know how many kids you have. This is important information. This is the one thing about sexual relations between men and women that are symmetrical. Now, granted, single fathers are much more attractive to women than single mothers are to men. But for him to complain that women want to know how many kids and how many baby mamas he's got, that's not a good reason to stop dating black women. Gentlemen, women of all races want to know this stuff. Men of all races want to know this stuff. The reason we want to know this stuff is because it's important, right? It's important because it affects the relationship in many ways. The number of kids a man or a woman or both brings into the relationship. Now, Michael is biased. That's fine, whatever. It is what it is. But his bias is creating unreasonable complaints. His bias is creating unreasonable thoughts. Women do the same thing. This is very feminine thinking here by Michael. We want to know how many kids. We want to know how many baby daddies, so we can't complain when women want to know the same things.
I haven't had no issues like that at all.
Okay, and you are?
I'm Coro.
I've been practicing abstinence for 3 years. 3 years with no sex.
Uh-oh. Hang on, let me finish
for
this.
Someone that can respect my views on this, someone that can love me for me.
And you.
Now, Coro is blue pill, guys. That's what's happening here. Coro's living a pipe dream, guys. So right off the bat, he's looking for the wrong things in the wrong woman. You're looking for a woman to love you for you. White girls tend to give you... See, women never love you for who you are. They love you for what you are. Don't get it twisted, guys. Now, white girls tend to give you a little more leeway. They tend to give you a little more room to let you build and develop yourself, which is fine. But white girls are still judging you on performance, gentlemen. By the same token, on the other side of that coin, actually, black women are not interested in building. They want the finished product. This isn't to say that white women don't do the same thing. But white girls are more likely to invest in potential rather than expect the finished product every time. That is a complaint that black men have universally across the board with black women, is that black women aren't interested in potential. They want to wait at the finish line and get with the winners.
Bo.
Yeah, I don't date black women now because of past experiences. They like to place that strong personality on you, and sometimes you just kind of, stand in a woman's place.
Okay, Bo is 100% right, guys. You can't handle a strong black woman. We hear black women say this all the time in an attempt to shame black men into abandoning our common sense and using our sensibilities, our experiences, to proceed with caution, right? Sure, I can handle a black woman, but I just don't want to deal with the headache of being with a woman who wants to compete with me all the time. A woman who has an involuntary response to push to literally push back when true masculinity is shown. Black women have this involuntary response to push back and resist when a black man shows true masculinity. So I'm sure you guys have heard this before from black women. Well, you can't handle a strong black woman. Well, the answer to that is, well, listen, I'm sure you could probably handle a bratty kid. That doesn't mean you want to. It's the same thing. Let's continue.
So, do you have any idea why you're here?
We share some of the same
Opinions.
About?
Why are black women so angry?
Was your mother angry?
Boom, right there. What does that have to do with anything? Was your mother angry? Right? What does that have to do with anything, guys? Absolutely nothing. Iyanla did right here what a lot of women do when confronted with this information. And that is to make a statement in the form of a question to hide behind telling him what she really thinks. Was your mother angry is just another way of saying you don't like black women because your mother was angry. You have mommy issues. That has absolutely zero to do with anything. His mother is one person. He said, why are black women so angry, which means plural, more than one, meaning he has had experiences with more than one black woman. Iyanla tries to disqualify his real life experiences with black women with the shaming tactic known as you have mommy issues. It's as clear as day here, guys.
To a certain degree, yes. She had that anger inside of her, but she made sure that she didn't pass it on to me. I see how she handles that, and she gives off that vibe that I get from women here. But when it came to me and how she approached me and taught me about women, she said, don't deal with this.
That's interesting, because as a black mother,
Yeah.
my work was to help my son understand it so that he would know how to stand in it with a black woman.
So instead of making changes to yourself to make yourself attractive, she didn't teach him to be discerning with black women. She didn't teach her son to be discriminate towards women who would waste his time and act masculine. Oh, no. She didn't teach his son. She didn't teach her son to use trepidation, use knowledge, be selective. Oh, no. She said, I taught my son to learn to stand in it with a black woman. Gentlemen, dudes ain't trying to be with angry women. And here's the thing, guys. And I'm keeping it 100 with you guys here. I'm not playing games here. I'm not trying to bash black women. But I understand why black women are angry, man. I really do. Real talk. Don't kid yourselves, guys. Black women have legit reasons to be angry. They're at the bottom of the sexual totem pole, guys. Black women are almost nobody's type. What's more is that the best black men out there, they don't want to date them anymore. So not only are they the least preferred by men around the world, the men, black men, the men who are supposed to be attracted to them and want to build with them and want to start relationships and families and have kids with them, we're abandoning them. Yes, most black men are in relationships with black women. But the reason why black women are so angry that black men are starting to date outside of our race is because it's the best black men who are choosing not to date average black women. If you're an average basic woman, guess what? The kind of men who are going to try to get with you are going to be average and basic. You can't expect your ideal black man if you are not the ideal black woman. Doesn't work that way. Another reason why black women are angry is because their lives don't really seem to matter. And listen, man, this isn't this is real talk. Look at the R. Kelly situation. Surviving R. Kelly. R. Kelly was sexually abusing underage girls. He was having sex with minors. And R. Kelly still hasn't been put in jail for that. The world is telling us that the lives of black girls do not matter. And if the lives of black girls don't matter in their minds, it means the lives of black women don't matter either. Listen, I get it. I understand why they're angry. All of that said, one woman's issues and baggage is not another man's problem. If you choose to stand in it with a black woman like Iyanla tries to preach her, that's fine. Do what you want to do. I wouldn't recommend it, but if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But black women shame black men who choose not to. And Iyanla is the same way here. She said, well, I taught my son to stand in it with a black woman. Again, she's making she's making these underhanded statements to try to sneak tip shame him. She's doing it to his face. Well, I taught my son how to stand in it with black women. Why can't you stand in it with black women? Because you're not a real man. This is what, guys, listen, don't kid yourselves. This is exactly what's happening here.
Why are you here?
My situation is a little bit different because I traveled a lot when I was a kid. Very talented, very gifted musically. So because of that, when I came back to my neighborhood, when I was dealing with certain black women, you're different. You talk funny.
Guys, I went through the same thing. I can identify with Michael or Michelangelo. Listen, man, I'm Donovan Sharpe, but I'm human, guys. I'm not some psychological anomaly or some special snowflake that wasn't affected by what I believed were my own people looking at me funny because I was a little bit different. I can't say I blame him for this. I was in his shoes once. I'm not going to sit here and act like I wasn't.
Dress funny. The music you listen to is funny. I don't like being because I had flip-flops on or I had a turtleneck, I'm gay. The problem I'm having is just because you're my culture and you're black, you don't get a pass. All the women in my family, I got a side of cousins that made me feel weird about that.
How can anybody make you feel anything? You get to choose how you feel.
Oh, see, here we go. How can anybody make you feel anything? And there she goes. What Iyanla Vanzant is doing here, gentlemen, she is applying an adult standard to what happened to him as a child. How can anybody make you feel anything?
You don't know that when you're kids, it's a psychological imprint.
See, there you go.
What does that have to do with today?
What does that have to do? It has everything to do with today, Iyanla. Gentlemen, we are shaped and molded and influenced as kids. We're impressionable. We don't just all of a sudden just overcome our hangups when we become adults, guys. This kind of stuff stays with us. Girls with daddy issues deal with daddy issues their entire lives. We don't say, well, your dad was in and out of prison, and we get that you're kind of messed up because of your daddy issues. Your daddy was never around, but you're an adult now. You should have overcome this by now. How dare you become a stripper or become promiscuous or have many different kids by many different men? We understand that you have issues and that you have daddy issues, but you should overcome this just because you're a grown-up now. No, that's not how this works, guys. Iyanla is literally saying, okay, that happened to you when you were a kid, but now that you're an adult, you should just get over it because you're a grown man. Gentlemen, that's ridiculous. Because I'll bet you that if someone talks to her, this is Iyanla, about her hangups about black men from her past, and we ask her, well, what does that have to do with today? You know what she's going to say? She'll say, well, that was different. As all women say when you call them out on situations that are similar to yours, the ones that they like to shame you about. You saw this on The Bachelorette a couple of weeks ago. Hannah B kicked out, I think his name was Scott, because apparently he was sleeping with another woman up until Monday. He was dating her up until Monday. You know what he did? He pulled her card. Well, wait a minute. You were dating Colton all this time, and now you're here on The Bachelorette. You know what she said? But that was different. It's the same thing here. Michael said, listen, man, the black kids taunted me. They called me names. They said I was different. That affects me today. Iyanla says, what does this have to do with today? You should have gotten over this by now. Take a look at what happens here.
Now, with a black woman, I have this in my mind before I even talk to you. She's going to think I'm weird. And that bothered me a lot.
When I went to junior high school, I got bussed.
Watch her face.
From Ocean Hill, Brownsville to Flatbush. And they spit on me and
look
called
at the
me
anger.
Nigga.
You see that anger? Hold on.
They spit on me.
Look at that anger. Look at that anger. She's still angry about people spitting on her and calling her the N-word, and she should be. That's a messed up stuff to have to go through when you're a kid. Just because she's angry about it. Listen, that her being angry about something that happened to her when she was a 13-year-old, that doesn't make her mentally weak or mentally immature. It makes her a human. Of course we're going to be pissed off about stuff that's happened to us in our past. This is life. This is how it goes. You very rarely overcome your issues. You very rarely overcome your underlying anger. You learn to live with it. You learn to deal with it. You learn to thrive and succeed in spite of it. Our past experiences shape and mold us. You have to choose to get past them. But by choosing to get past them, you also have to admit to yourself and other people, hey, you know what? I'm still affected by this stuff. But I'm going to try not to let it affect me moving forward. Like I just said, man, I identify with Michael or Michelangelo. All the black kids called him different and, oh, you talk funny and this and that and the third. Guys, that still affects me to this day. I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't. But the fact that it still affects me doesn't make me any less of a man. I thrive in spite of that. I'm not a failure because of it. You don't learn to get over it, you learn to deal with it.
And I was 13. And these were adults.
Look how angry she
not
is.
The children. So my point is this. That don't have nothing to do with who I am today.
Bullshit. That's bullshit. Look at her facial expressions when she talked about this. And tell me that those experiences don't still affect her. I'm going to rewind it. Watch this.
To Flatbush, and they spit on me and called me a nigger.
Look at that.
They spit on me.
Look how angry she is.
And I was 13.
Look at the anger.
And these were adults.
Now she points at him.
Children.
See that?
So my point is this. That don't have nothing to do with who I am today.
And you can see by the look on his face, he doesn't buy it. He's like, well, wait a minute, Iyanla. You still seem to be very much affected by this. You seem to be very angry about it. That doesn't, again, hey, listen, Iyanla, I ain't mad at you, man. If something like that happened to me, I'd still be pissed off about it too. But once again, Iyanla is saying, if I got over this, then you should too. Guess what? She's applying a standard. She's applying a standard to men that she's not applying to herself. She is lying when she said, I got over it. That doesn't affect who I am. So it shouldn't affect you, Michael, how you are. Again, this is why I'm telling you, this is some sneak diss type shit here, man. I got over it because I'm stronger than you. I'm a better person than you. The reason why you're not getting over this is because there's something wrong with you. You are flawed as a man. Be like me. Be the bigger, better person. Oh, there's just one problem. She is still very much angry about this. And as you can see on Michael's expression, he knows this as well. He's just biting his tongue out of respect for Ms. Vanzant. Let's continue.
What is your experience?
A lot of black women, they don't want to talk to me. Some of them don't want to talk to me. Some of them want to talk to me because, number one, I'm a God-fearing man.
Oh, God.
I don't believe, like right now, I'm practicing abstinence.
Oh, for crying out. Gentlemen, this one's on him. This one's on him. Women only, and he's going to try to take the religious route. He's trying to make his necessity a virtue. I'm a virtuous man. I'm pure. Women should love me. Women should love me because I don't treat women like sex objects. Women should love me because I practice abstinence. I respect women. I treat women like ladies. You should love me because I'm in the church. I'm a God-fearing man. Let me clue you in on something here, bruh. Women only believe what the strongest men believe. If this guy were more masculine and more dominant, he wouldn't have this problem. You can't tell a woman you're practicing abstinence and expect her to stick around unless, of course, you're Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson told Sierra and the world that we are not going to have premarital sex. I'm a man of God. We are going to do it God's way. The only reason why Sierra stuck around is because she knew Russell Wilson was in line to sign that $84 million contract extension. And oh, by the way, she hung on long enough for him to sign that $140 million contract extension here just over a month ago. But for the rest of us, it ain't like that. We ain't Russell Wilson. This guy ain't Russell Wilson. This guy's an average run-of-the-mill brother trying to make a name for himself. Girls respect masculine dominance, and that means a man who shows that he is sexually attracted to sexually attractive women. He ain't doing that, and that's why he's losing. And by the way, this is actually with all races. Guys, like women passing him up, this isn't indicative of just black women. This is indicative of all women. I believe in abstinence before marriage will get you laughed out of the room with any race of female.
I'm not having any sex whatsoever.
Why you ain't in the church?
I am in the church.
Oh, checkmate. Checkmate. Why aren't you in the church? I am in the church, Iyanla, checkmate. She tried the, well, you're looking in the wrong places for the wrong women. You are dating the wrong women shaming tactic. And he hit her with, Iyanla, I'm experiencing this with quote unquote God-fearing women. You get this all the time when you complain out loud about your repeated experiences with women. And women, you're dating. I had this conversation with my sister right after I moved to Vegas. Well, you're dating the wrong women. No. I'm dating every woman, and every woman, all women are like that, guys. All women are like that doesn't mean that all women are the same, but they all operate under the same principles. They all operate under the same imperative.
Think about the church women. If you don't have a collar, they don't want to talk to you.
If you don't have a collar, they don't want to talk to you. Guys, this is Red Pill 101. This is hypergamy in action. Women want the highest value men available to them. This is why women in the congregation are always sleeping with the pastor. I remember one church that I went to in my early 20s when I was in High Point, North Carolina. It was one of these it wasn't really a mega church, but it was sort of a non-denominational, tambourines and people lifting their hands up in the sky, mixed, it was a variation of races. Everybody was in a good mood and yes, Lord, and Father God, and this and that and the other. Come to find out, the guy's name, Pastor Mike, was banging 7 married women in the congregation. Guys, this happens all the time. I talked about this in a previous video. Donna, the CEO at the Fortune 500 company, she doesn't want to get with men of equal or lesser value. She wants to sleep with the CEO of the Fortune 500 company. Women want to date up. They want to marry up. A woman who is a junior partner at a law firm, she's not going to date laterally. She's not going to date another junior partner. She's going to date a senior partner. She wants to marry the guy with his name on the door. She wants to marry the guys whose names are in the ad. Well, listen, we bring it full circle here with religion. Girls don't want the parishioners. They don't want the Sunday school teacher. They want the deacons. They want the pastors. They want the guy who directs the choir. By the way, it's the same outside the church.
I'm straight up.
But do you know what the collar represents, though?
I guess it's purity or, leadership or, I don't know, a divine...
How about power?
Uh-oh. Say it again.
How about power?
Bingo. There is the red pill truth there by Iyanla. Iyanla nails it on the head right here. Look at the smile on her face. Oh, she understands. Listen, look at her face, man. Look at her face. She knows the answer. She gave him the answer. Bruh, the reason why you're not sleeping with these women, the reason why they don't want to talk to you if you don't have a collar is because of power. She kept it 100 with him. Look at it. Look at the smile on her face like the cat that ate the canary. She knows she's telling the truth. Not a wrinkle of anger on her face, gentlemen. She knows she is spot on it.
That's what it represents.
That's right.
But let me tell you.
Oh, wait a minute. But let me tell you. Wait. What? No answer? She doesn't have any answer as to why women sleep with men with power? She doesn't want to tell them how to navigate that? Here's the thing, guys. She knows she can't, quote unquote, fix his life. Because the answer to fix his life is to grow a pair, improve yourself, number one. Number two, get the hell out of the church. And number three, put yourself in situations where you are the masculine dominant one. When you constantly hang around, if you are a part of a group and you are not one of the alphas of the group, guys, the women are not going to pay attention to you. Brothers are always asking, man, why can't I get with women in the church? Well, because women in the church don't want to sleep with guys who aren't in power. Iyanla doesn't want to tell him this. She can't fix his life. This is why she skipped over it. There's no answers to, there's no answer to this question. Well, my girlfriend seems to be flirting with the deacon and the pastor. What do I do? The answer is to get the hell out of that church. Because it's only a matter of time before she sleeps with him.
Why I've called you here today. I've invited you here because my intention is to dismantle the myth of the angry black woman.
Dismantle the myth of the angry black woman. Translation: my intention is to shame you for basing your actions and beliefs on repeated experiences. Iyanla can say that she believes it's a myth all she wants to. It is not a myth, gentlemen. And she knows it because she is an angry black woman. Dude, she's got 3 kids, 2 ex-husbands, 1 attitude problem, and no man. Of course she's pissed off. Iyanla tries to come off as this calm sage of wisdom who is at peace with herself and the world. She gives sagely motherly advice, so much so that she has her own show called Iyanla Fix My Life. Iyanla, you, the all-knowing black woman who has figured out the answers, the Zen. Like, even her tone of voice kind of tries to represent that she is this calm. No, she's not calm. She's a black woman who grew up in racist Brownsville, Brooklyn, got spit on, got called the N-word. Like I said, 3210, 3 kids, 2 ex-husbands, 1 attitude problem, and no man. This woman is angry. Now, she has reason to be. I'm not going to fault her there, but to try not to keep it 100, that is disingenuous. A lot of guys like to tell me, Donovan, you have a temper problem, man. You need to chill out. You know what? These dudes are right. I have a temper problem. I have a hair trigger temper. Donovan, you jump to conclusions. Yes, I am a shoot first, ask questions later kind of guy. Right or wrong, for better or worse, this is who I am. I don't run from it. No, I'm not. I'm not angry. It's just that he said blah, blah, blah. No, this is who I am. You can take it or leave it, man. That's how this goes. Let's finish this out.
I believe it's a myth. As a black woman, I believe it's a myth. I invited you here for a mixer tonight, just to be with some women. All kinds of women, all ages.
Uh-oh. All ages of women, meaning post-wall black women who have been ran through by the Pookies and the Ray Rays of the world and are looking for guys like this to wife them up.
We all have a story. We all have an experience, and we all get to choose. Tonight, you get to choose how you're going to experience these women.
You see that? You see this, guys? This is some sneaky shit right here. You get to choose how to experience these women. So what she's saying is you get to choose to ignore your past experiences in favor of these women who are going to be on their best behavior, so that these brothers can get together and say, you see, I guess Iyanla was right. I guess the myth of the angry black woman really is indeed just a myth. I can't believe it. This small group of women have completely and totally just changed my mind completely on black women. I can't believe it. Iyanla the Sage Vanzant was correct. I'm hating on Iyanla's teeth though. For real. Dude, look at those pearly whites, man. She's got some great teeth. Anyway, let me not get off track. You choose how to experience these women. So what she's saying is that however you feel about these women after your experience, that is your choice. Wrong, Ms. Vanzant. Black women are what they are.
But I do also want to thank you for being here. Thank you for being a demonstration. Because I know there are hundreds of thousands of black men, all ages, who've had these experiences. And I believe...
Whoa. What did she just say? I know that there are hundreds of thousands of black men who have all had these experiences. So how the hell is the myth of the strong black woman how is the angry black woman stereotype? How the hell is that a myth? Gentlemen, she literally just told us. She let a nugget of truth slip out right there, guys. I know that hundreds of thousands of black men have had these same experiences. Okay, Iyanla, so how the hell is this a myth? You see, gentlemen, they're called stereotypes for a reason, right? Black men always get upset when they get profiled, okay? I've been profiled before. Sometimes it upsets me, but guess what? I am not some kind of unicorn black man. I embody a lot of the negative stereotypes that come with black men. Just because I'm light-skinned and I don't talk like I'm from the hood or anything like that, does not mean that I don't embody some of those stereotypes, gentlemen. Dude, listen, don't kid yourself. I've been arrested before. I have a criminal record. I've been to jail. I have a violent temper. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to run from that. But this is what women do. They react adversely to criticism. They react adversely when people point out unflattering things about them. They get defensive. Now, men do this too, but not nearly as often. We get angry, but we don't double down, okay? We as men say, okay, a bunch of people can't be wrong, right? People keep telling me this. People keep telling me X, Y, Z with their actions, right? So we need to change. It's the same with my channel. Guys, listen, people kept telling me, Donovan, enough with the bullshit commentary and talking with chatters. And guys, I pushed back because I love my chatters. I love talking to you guys. But you want to know something? That's what Patreon is for, right? I pushed back and I pushed back, but then I had to check myself and I had to say to myself, you know what? Way too many people have been telling me this for way too long. Let me stop being stubborn and make an adjustment so that people can enjoy my content a little more. Women don't do this, guys. Black men have been talking about the same issues regarding black women for years. Black women always push back and say, basically, there's something wrong with you if you think there's something wrong with us. It is Wednesday, May 22nd, 2019, on the 453rd edition of TSR Live with Donovan Sharpe. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. I know that my schedule is kind of crazy. Yesterday, I came online at 9:30. Today, I started the stream around 10:45, something like that. I'm actually going to poll my patrons to find out what the most inconvenient, or find out when it's most convenient for me to do my live show. I'd actually like to put it to you guys. Listen, leave it in the comments because I'd like to. I don't know. I'm not going to make any sort of sweeping change, but I want to make sure that more people can watch the live shows. So shout out to Ryan Sullivan with the $2 super chat. Says finally got the super chat. Ryan Sullivan with the $5 super chat says I don't know why women are so angry. They have Pookie and Ray Ray. Raiders 48 Gates. What the heady soul with the $2 super chat. Appreciate that. Guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you hit the bell to be notified when I go live. Get the word out, guys. Tell your friends about my channel. You can also get exclusive content on my Patreon channel. That is patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. Again, that's patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. Just a few bucks a month, guys. And by the way, on Patreon, today is going to be the first of my 3-part series on how to handle yourself and your relationship when your woman catches you cheating. That's going to be a 3-part series. That's going to be today, tomorrow, and Friday. So be sure to become a patron and check that out. That's patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. I'm about to shrink the audience to my patrons only. My patrons have the link to access the entire episode 453. And I'm going to tell you guys why you don't deserve a woman of quality. That's what's going to be next. Listen, a lot of guys think they deserve a quality woman just because they're men. And I've got a few reasons why you're dead wrong, and it has nothing to do with your gender or your anatomy. So if you want to catch the rest of the show, go to donovansharpe.com/live. Again, that's donovansharpe.com/live to get the link to watch the rest of this show. So I'm going to say goodbye to my YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter audience. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell. And I will see you guys tomorrow, or I'll see you on the other side of the stream. And I thank you guys very, very much for